Hi guys, it's Rosanna. So as I promised, here is a brief video about my tiki straws, which I am enjoying making quite a lot. Anyway, I have had loads of questions, like a lot of messages in private, and also I decided that instead of repeating myself 50,000 times, I'm just gonna briefly explain my process anyway. So it starts with this, just a circular. Now you can either, it's up to you, you can either extrude it or just wrap it around a piece of timber. I mean, this is a 1/4 of an inch thick circular, which is what I use. So it starts with a 1/4 of an inch hole basically, and it starts as a rounded, you know, the whole thing is round, right? And then what I do is basically shape it so that it goes more, this is just brief guys, obviously I'm not going to do it properly, but you just push the sides a bit until it goes kind of oval a little bit, and you'll do that on both sides until you're happy with the shape that you want. I mean, this clay has gone a little bit hard as well because I was getting ready to show you, but at all times always leave the little bit of the wood in the middle while you work on it, and then you prevent it from collapsing and anything breaking, you know, on the inside. So basically that's what I do. First of all, get the shape that I want, like so. So you can tell it's gone a little bit more oval. I mean, obviously you can fiddle with it as much as you want, as long as the clay doesn't go too dry and starts cracking, then you're good. So after this stage, then what I do is I measure it so that they all more or less come out the same. It doesn't really work, but anyway. So I have this black paper straw, which is pretty much standard size, I'm guessing. So I will measure that, and I mean, if it's just off, it doesn't matter, but like I still need to straighten it, right? So I would straighten it on one end first, like so, and then when you flatten it on this end, then you will get a little bit of clay, and the thickness of that, obviously roll it 3mm thick. I use this as a guide, but it's 3mm thick. So you roll a little piece of clay and you make the mouthpiece around this, which is this, right? So you'll make that afterward. Make sure it is nice and connected to the clay. And so that's pretty much the first stage done, right? And then what I would do is work on the pattern first. So whichever pattern you want to use. I mean, this is just for an example, so I'm just using all the same. So I'll do the pattern all around, right, like so. And then after that, you will create whatever you want on it, and that's pretty much it for making it. Now when you finished your sculpting, carving, or whatever you want to use to put on the straw, then when I put it away, I take the hard wood out and I actually replace it with the paper, because the paper will get softer with the dampness of it, and when it shrinks, which it will, then the paper will just stay there and also help the straw kind of stay as flat as possible. However, because you are going to be sculpting something that is thicker on top, you will always get a little bit of a curve when it dries, because it's just physics, I guess. But I actually don't mind this because I think it adds to the character and it looks more organic to me. So I haven't gone crazy trying to avoid it. In fact, I actually like the fact that it's curvy, so that doesn't bother me whatsoever. So yeah, so after you made it, you will put your paper straw inside it and just leave it to dry. So that's how I make these. Okay, now the most complicated part is has been the glazing, right? Because obviously I want these to be food safe, so they are glazed inside and out. Now the first one that I made is this one, and that is the first, this isn't even the right clay. I mean, this is only vacuum clay, so it's not vitrified or anything, but I just had to experiment with it anyway. So basically I've glazed this all over, and what I did was a technical hole. I don't know if you can you see that on the side of the, yeah, and then once I did that hole, which is within the sweet corn, let's say, it doesn't actually go it doesn't come out of anywhere. So anyway, so I did that, and then I fired it upside down like that, like was straight. And what I did, I put metal, like the only thing you can put in these holes is metal. Do not put any of those ceramics rods, because they will stick and then they will snap inside, like, but the metal will just come off because you just twist it a little bit. So anyway, I did this hole, and then I used nichrome wire, which is thick, 2mm one, and I basically fired this like that. Now it's falling, but anyway, I have fired this like this. So I did this hole and I fired it like so in the kiln, right? And it's all good. I mean, the hole is hardly noticeable, to be fair, but I wasn't happy with it, so I tried something else. So after this, which was my first trial, I tried this method. So I did 2 holes at the very top of the mouthpiece, so one and there. So that basically you put Cantal wire in it, but what I do is I double it. I actually put, like, you know, I double the wire when I actually fire it. So okay, let's say that's the wire, right? And I would put it through, I'm not going to push it now, but so I will put it through both holes, right? Make sure it doesn't come undone, right? So you do this. Now if the wire you use is only thin, the wire won't break, but because it goes really, really hot, it will sag, because it will go soft and hot and it will sag. So that's why I double it, so that it doesn't sag, because if it does sag, then you'll get the bottom stuck onto the kiln, right? So you either double the wire, or you could put something like a stilt, like little pins or something underneath, so that it doesn't go further down. And I mean, when I hang these, I have like a little alumina rack, so they go hanging on that with, you know, as high as I need it. Anyway, this one works as well. This system works, no problems. But when you drink from the straw, because there is 2 holes, you have to put a little bit more of the mouthpiece in your mouth, because otherwise, you know, if you don't put that in your mouth, then obviously the holes will not let you drink, right? So these 2 holes are okay, still functional. It doesn't affect functionality. You can still drink from it as long as you put a little bit more of the straw in your mouth, and that's okay. So that's the same I did with this one. So the 2 holes on the side. Then I decided that the best way was 1 single hole on the back of the mouthpiece, and then when you drink, your bottom lip automatically will go on the hole, and obviously you have to do it as close as you can to the edge without, you know, without obviously breaking. You'll do this when you are making the straw. I use one of these, the tiniest one of these, to make the hole. You only need a small hole, so I use this little thing here. And so yeah, so you make the hole at the back, and then it's the same. You double up your wire, and you hang this, like, make sure when you hang it, like, sort of have it a bit like this so that it doesn't get stuck to the side of your straw, if it makes sense. So instead of going like that close, like leave a little bit of a gap around the glazed part, right? So you have kind of this basically, and then the wire won't stick completely to, but it's not a big deal. Even if it sticks a little bit, it's fine. You just, when it comes out, you just wiggle it a little bit, and then you cut it. You would cut it with, I don't know, some cutting pliers or whatever, and obviously take the wire out and just polish a little bit, because you might need to just polish a little bit, and that's it, job done. And this doesn't affect functionality whatsoever. Your bottom lip will be there, and you can just drink nicely. Same here with this one, and then the hole is invisible, and that's that really. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is, because maybe someone, you know, would want to take this with them to go out or whatever, I have thought that I might make it as part of the design that you can actually hang it around your neck. So that would be my next thing. Now I can either put the holes somewhere on the side, maybe, I don't know, create something so that it's part of the design and there's 2 holes in it so that you can hang it, or I'm just going to put like a little hook on the back where you can hang it here somehow. Anyway, I haven't worked it out yet, but I will soon. And this is it. So like, I know people are worried about wire breaking or sticking or melting. It won't melt. This is after it has been fired. This is Cantal wire, like for high fire, like this is cone 6. Cantal is probably the best option. Don't use nichrome, because nichrome it won't melt, but it will crumble a little bit at high cone 6. So Cantal is what I used for this, and like it just discolors a little bit, but that's about it. It's not melting or anything. And then yeah, and all I use to polish, and I don't know, if anything, you know, like if the wire gets stuck, I just use this gently, obviously, otherwise you can break everything. And that's about it really. Yeah, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy making some straws. And yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.